sideboard one last time here at the StarCityGames.com Modern Open in Milwaukee, brought to you by Ultimate Guard. I'm Nick Miller alongside now four-time champion Caleb Durward. Congratulations.
Thank you, thank you.
The handshake comes a little bit of this hardware. You're used to this, though.
If you say so.
You haven't been on the tour for a while, but you definitely put up results back in the day.
Yep.
You come back with this super cool Bant Spirits deck.
Yep. Yeah, I've been focusing on streaming, and that's actually where I developed the Bant Spirits deck after the whole Mausoleum Wanderer, Spell Queller. After a whole bunch of new good spirits were printed, I was like, well, this Drogskull Captain card's pretty good, and so I messed around with a whole bunch of different brews on stream. Yeah.
My favorite part was I was getting ready to go to bed last night after day one, and I see that you're streaming, like some drafts.
I'm doing a 365 days of streaming challenge. Okay. So even when I go to tournaments, I have to find a way to stream on both days of the tournament. So I went to GP Louisville, and I woke up at 5 in the morning both days to stream for a few hours before I went and played the tournament. Anyway, that's my life now.
How'd you get the stream going last night?
This is my life. I was hanging out with Greg O'Grintz. He'd let me stay at his place and use his laptop and stuff. And we had 4 or 5 people sitting around critiquing my picks and stuff. It was a good time.
Yeah. So we're streaming at the night, we're streaming in the morning, we're playing Magic all day, all night. Talk about the development of the deck, because we've seen a bunch of collected company decks kind of happen in the format.
The intuitive way to build spirits is blue-white or even Espers for Lingering Souls. And I tried out a bunch of Aether Vial builds and a bunch of different ways of going about that. However, Noble Hierarch really fixes the curve. It's a great card. It's a powerful card. It allows for things like turn 2 Spell Queller, which is very, very good against everyone, every single matchup. And then Collected Company fixed a lot of the problems with flooding out, right? So Collected Company not only allows you to find multiple spirits that all have synergy with each other. Like, they're not individually powerful cards, right? Like, Rattle Chains is not a powerful card, but if you combine the spirits like Selfless Spirit and Drogskull Captain, like, protect each other and things of that nature. So Collected Company was really good at that, and that was basically it.
Yeah, right. Rattle Chains doesn't look great when you look at the modern format as a whole, but when you combine all these pieces,
yeah,
you had more disruption than people realized, and a fast clock.
Exactly. Yeah, Rattle Chains, not the greatest. However, when you're flashing in Drogskull Captains mid-combat, oh my god.
Plus, I can't imagine too many people had that on the radar, during a lot of games.
Yeah, I played, most of my day one wins were from opponents being very unfamiliar with their deck and putting themselves in the wrong role and whatnot. I won a few bad matchups on day one because of that.
Okay, talk about your top 8 when you looked at the pairings. What did you think was going to happen?
Well, I no-sir'd the top 8 split because I saw I was facing the Affinity matchup that I'd beaten in the Swiss, and then I no-sir'd the top 4 split because I saw I was playing against the Scapeshift deck that I'd beaten in the Swiss, and that match was actually much closer than it usually is against Scapeshift. Mausoleum Wanderer and Spell Queller being very good in that matchup. And Selfless Spirit protecting you from Anger of the Gods. It all just works really well in that matchup. And then in the finals, I was playing, and we didn't really talk about a split very much, but we again chose not to. And yeah,
worked out pretty good for you.
Yep.
All right. Do you have any?
He was one of my 1 losses in the Swiss. Anyway.
Do you have any changes going forward, or anything else you want to try in the deck? Because I think people are going to kind of look at this now after these results and be like, "There's something here."
After day 1, I wasn't really sure about the Steel of the Godhead, but it won me a few very clutch matchups in day 2. It's the type of card that, when it's bad, it's not going to do anything, but when it's good, it's going to be very, very good. And I think that's the best you can do with those extra slots. I've tried a lot of different cards. Kira is bad. It dies to Abrupt Decay in the matchups where you need it to live. Vendilion Click isn't a spirit. There's just nothing. Anyway.
All right, well, it looked pretty good. Congratulations one last time.
Thank you.
Going to hand it back over here to Ryan and Matthias, last time here in Milwaukee.